Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Share Talk on Monday, the 2nd of July. Starting off with Argos Resources, which I would say is probably the best looking chart I haven't so far covered over the last couple of months since the Bulletin Board Heroes restarted here on Share Talk. We have the vertical move here, which is a classic. I suppose Golden Cross was ages ago at the start of the year, but sideways shuffle along the 50-day average, then that vertical move in May. Nice sideways consolidation and an extra gap up at the end of last month. So everything going on here for a retest of the best levels of that spike of May towards 14 pence on the top of this rising 2018 price channel. Stop loss back below the 50-day moving average, currently trading at 6.05 pence, but very solid looking setup there. Going on to Angus, which I covered, I think, last month or a couple of months. Well, last month at some point, maybe even before that. But I shied away from it due to the overall pressure there is on the daily chart here. Resistance line there from November up to 8 pence, and really, unless we see a weekly close above that, one would be cautious in terms of further gains after the sharp move we've already seen. Going on to a favorite of the recent past, EQTEC, where you can see that shares have tried to build on that break above the 50-day moving average in the end of May, a couple of higher lows there above the 50-day line, and then one now for the end of June. So looking steady, if not slightly cautious. Probably want to see a break above 1.2 pence really to allow us to speculate that the next push here will be towards 2.2 pence, the top of a March rising trend channel. Stop loss at the moment back below 0.8 pence. Now, Metal Tiger, former big favorite on the bulletin boards, still regrouping. Resistance here currently at 3 pence, support around the 2.75 area. Probably the easiest way of playing this at the moment is to wait for an end of day close above 3 pence and then target as high as 3.8 pence, which is the top of a late 2016 price channel. We had the Golden Cross in the middle of last month, so that is providing decent momentum for the shares at the moment. Powerhouse Energy in the news yesterday and pushed higher today. Talked about this before in the sense that we'd like to see an end of day close above 0.55. We've been above there earlier today, but drifted back a little. But above 5.55, the target here would be back towards initial 2018 resistance and the 200-day moving average at 0.68 pence. On to a big win for the Bulletin Board Heroes and probably many other people over the last week comes in the form of UK Oil and Gas. Great falling wedge breakout in the middle of last month. We then broke above the 50-day average, which was the trigger we were waiting for, and since then the stock has hardly looked back at all. Could still squeeze up to the 200-day moving average area at 3.09 pence, maybe somewhere between 2.8 and 3.09 as a potential target there, even after all the gains we've seen. But at least a charting win there, even whether or not you're a fan of the fundamentals. Upland Resources, simply a situation which is a magnificent looking chart. We had the break at the beginning of the year, and then higher lows and higher highs basically all the way up. Support coming in at and just below the 50-day moving average, rising at 3.12 pence. And while we're above that, we're looking for a target as high as 6 pence over the next month or two. Stop loss back at this the floor of this broadening triangle around 2.8 pence on an end of day or an end of week basis, depending on your risk appetite. Finishing off with another lap of honor situation coming in the form of Versarien. Another gap to the upside today. We had the gap early in June, which was filled and then caused a new leg to the upside, which we anticipated. Situation now is one we want to see an end of day close above 140 to go for the big target here, which would be as high as £2.20 at the top of this broadening triangle. So broadening triangles tend to be one of the better formations and the more solid formations in the charting dictionary. That's it from me. More at the same time tomorrow.